Well, hello. I am the Kev.
And I am Stobie. Welcome to this week's episode of Quiet on Set Reviews. We're doing Death of Stalin this week. Well, I am doing Death of Stalin this week.
Haven't we already done Death of Stalin?
We already have done Death of Stalin, but that was as a podcast. This is as just a full-on review because I recently got it on DVD and watched it again on DVD. I'd seen it on Amazon.
Digital versatile disc.
Digital versatile disc, Kevin. Thank you so much for that. Now everyone knows what that means.
It's like IT. What's it stand for?
It. Yes, so, and I want to talk about this movie again because when I watched it again on DVD, I remembered how much I really, really loved it. So, we're going to start off by just saying, fantastic ensemble cast. We have Michael Palin, we have fucking Steve Buscemi, Jeffrey Tambor, that guy that plays that chap.
The other guy from the English sketch shows, you know, that other
Michael
guy.
Palin,
No,
Oscar Isaac. Oh, that chap that does all those characters whose name I never fucking remember. Yeah, him.
Harry Enfield. He's in the
Harry Enfield, yes. His show is called The Harry Enfield Show.
And the Fast Show.
Yeah.
Which you should check out. They did a sketch with...
Michael Palin from
with Johnny Depp, and it's great.
Okay. Yeah, so you would look at that and go, oh, this is a great comedy movie. And you'd be right. It's shockingly hilarious, fantastically funny, and
one of the best one-liners.
Oh, they just fire them, and you're just you know they're coming, but they still just catch you off guard because they usually follow something horrifying. It's like because it's set in the Soviet Union under Stalin. Everyone is shitting themselves because they say the one wrong thing to Stalin and he kills them. That's just them gone. Like there's so many parts of the movie where literally the part we just watched when we were waiting to set up the bit where he's interrogating this chap and an officer comes in and he's like, sorry, there was a message from Stalin, and then he realised that there was a chap being interrogated and the chap was like, don't worry about it, his ears are full of blood, he can't hear you anyway. And he was like, there's a message from Stalin, he's not feeling very well or whatever else, and then he stutters, and then as the guy is leaving he's like, what's your name? And the guy replies, but he replies and he stutters, and so the guy says to him, make sure you're here when I get back.
But he stutters through his thing.
Yeah, he stutters to mock his stutter, and you're laughing because he's mocking the stutter. But you also realise that the reason he wants him to be there when he gets back is because he's going to have him shot. And so that's horrifying, but you also have that element of humour.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the balance. Like, I thought this is... it could easily have been made by Martin McDonagh. It could easily have been made by the Pythons, which...
Terry Pratchett or Terry Jones, are you talking about?
No, not Terry, not the director. I'm thinking... the main Python that's always in debt, John Cleese. He's so in debt that he would make this movie to make money, but they wouldn't get him involved because this wouldn't make money. This movie is fantastic, but it's not going to make money.
It didn't make any money. It wasn't even in the theatres for long.
No, definitely wasn't. And which is a crying shame because I think it's a cracking movie. Like it misses mainstream appeal because it looks like a history movie. But it has that... what I wrote down was... where is it? It's the darkest humour possible injected with a bit of Python charm. Because it's like, haha, you're going to get shot. And then they're using the Python accent, like the English Python accent, to undercut it with some funniness, like how Monty Python did it. Like the reason Life of Brian is so funny is because it's a lot of fucking geezers going around talking like they're from fucking the middle of bleeding London somewhere. So it has that kind of just
layers of
comedy. Yeah, so it has various different inspirations and layers, and then with the ensemble cast speaking in their own accent, it just enhances it. Like Jeffrey Tambor is playing the deputy director of the USSR, and he later becomes the generalissimo of the SSSR because Stalin dies. General secretary, and he speaks like Jeffrey Tambor, who's
Yeah.
extremely American.
They don't do any Russian accents.
No, they don't, and I think that just makes it better.
Which I remember talking to this.
Also, why it's banned in Russia, but it makes it
Did it
better.
get banned?
Yeah, no.
Putin was like, no.
Literally everyone in Russia was like, no. Everyone in power in Russia was just like, no, this is not being made. No. But once again, I was watching an interview with Steve Buscemi on Colbert's Late Show, I think. And he was saying, it's like, yeah, no, it's banned in Russia, but they still watch it. Basically, when something gets banned in Russia, they get it somehow and they just watch it. Like, they put it on TV. Like, on TV. Not like they crowd
Share
into
the
a
tape.
shed or something. No, they put it on TV and they watch it on TV.
Someone
Yeah.
gets shot.
Someone's... Probably Putin is just as bad as Stalin.
Oh, he won his
Allegedly.
Did he win his election? Did he just win it? Really?
I see the thing from Have I Got News for You is Putin wins the Russian election with 120. Or sorry, he was bragging about the highest voter turnout. Sorry, he's bragging about his reasonable percentage of the win when 125% of the people turned out to vote because they spiked all of the votes and stuff.
Oh,
Allegedly. I don't want to
120.
get shot by a Russian fucking...
25% extra to normal. Oh.
Yeah, even though like no one turned out to vote at all. Cause, yeah.
What's the point? You know who's going to win.
Yeah. Like,
What have I done?
it was either Putin or some chap's corpse. So, like... But it's that joke perfectly would have fit into this movie at the same time. Like, who are you going to vote for? No one, because person's in power. And, I think this movie just deserves a second chance. I think, like, if people haven't seen it, they should watch it on DVD. They should fucking make an effort to have a look at it. And then it uses real aspects of the historical people and just takes the piss out of it. Like, remember you were saying, I hope he didn't actually make lists of the things he said and have his wife read it back to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, no, he does. The character Nikita, played by Steve Buscemi,
He was brilliant in this movie.
oh, he's the best. He's just fantastic. His character, the way historical figure he's based on. Stalin would have these like at 2 a.m. in the morning. He'd call up the members of the council and say, "Come over," and they'd have these meetings, or they'd have dinner at 2 a.m. in the morning, and then he'd be like, "Okay, it's time for a western." Like, you seen that they were all getting up to leave, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna watch an American fucking western, like not like a European movie or a Russian movie. He'd watch American films, and even though in Russia everything from America was boycotted, everything except for the movies for fucking the chap that was boycotting everything."
You can't miss your talkies.
So at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. he'd be like, "Okay, so let's watch a movie," and then they would have to, like, you stayed. Like, if Stalin asked you to do something, you did it. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like that
Or
one,
he'd shoot you. He'd have you shot. Like, do you know what I mean? So,
it's like that one mate who has the new game console,
Yeah.
and you don't like him.
but yeah, we want to check out that
Yeah,
bad boy.
let's check out. And then you're like,
But
oh,
but it's like if the new console is, or he's gonna shoot you in the head. That's essentially. And so basically after those fucking sessions, essentially, but like the sessions with the most boring person in the world, because he was a paranoid, anxious fucking psychopath, and he was in charge of a nation with an army and a secret service and all. So after that, Nikita would come back to his home. He'd wake up his wife and he'd say, "I need you to take down all the jokes I did, all I said, and all the reactions." And he'd list off the jokes that worked, and he'd say why they worked, how they made, who laughed hardest, and then he would write down the jokes that didn't work, so he'd know not to make them again in future, because he didn't want Stalin to not like him, because if Stalin didn't like you, he shot you in the head.
well, he didn't do it.
But he didn't do it, but he got someone to.
Some asshole.
Yeah, he was a dickhead. Like, I don't know.
I don't know why they just didn't walk up to him one day and go, "What's that?" Bang.
Bang. Yeah. Because then you would be shot by someone that was quote unquote loyal to Stalin, but they weren't loyal to Stalin.
They were loyal to trying to stay
being
alive.
next in power. Is basically, you weren't loyal to Stalin. You were loyal to the idea of being in power. You didn't say anything bad about Stalin because you wanted to put across that you were loyal to him. So 1, he didn't shoot you, and 2, you could be next in power, basically. Which is what the whole movie's about, is people pretending to like Stalin, so
they get a seat.
So they get his power, they get a seat.
The scene when they're doing the votes, unanimous
carried you, and then everyone is slowly raising their hand, and it's unanimously, even though nobody wanted to vote for you, but they didn't. You also didn't want to be the one that didn't vote, because then
you get shot.
You get shot. So there was that, and then Oscar Isaac's character gets injected into the movie, but I think it's halfway through after Stalin dies. He's the general. He's the funniest fucking character in the whole movie.
Look at your fucking face! You just watched the first review to understand that joke.
Yeah, where we didn't put the clip in, but
we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
I've watched it like twice, and
I cut you all talking about the clip.
Yeah, and then put the clip in. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, it was like, I'm gonna have to report this conversation. It's the best part of the trailer, and it's the best part of the film as well. Even after watching the trailer like 3 or 4 times, I still enjoyed it in the movie. Even when I was watching it on DVD again, I still enjoyed that movie.
I still think if the Oscars did best one-liners,
this movie would win every time.
Just for the one, no problem. Whoa! Major problem.
What I meant was no problem. And no one else but Jeffrey Tambor could make that joke either.
Best one-liner all of last year.
Oh, definitely. I love Death of Stalin. It's an absolute treat. Was the whole sentence that I just skipped.
It's a history lesson.
It's a history lesson, and you'll piss yourself watching it.
And if you know you ever get in that situation, just go, what's that? Bang.
And run so fast, run so far, run so fast.
But also shoot yourself in the leg, so it looks like it was someone tried to kill. You jumped at the bullet, you just missed.
Shoot yourself in the leg later, when you get away, when you're safe. Yeah.
Some bastard shot me.
So that's Death of Stalin again, been reviewed by us. This time more thoroughly, I guess.
More thoroughly.
And more briefly, give you a little taste.
Little tease taste.
Little tease.
So if that's everything from you.
That's everything from me.
And that's everything from me.
That's everything from you.
So I have been the other Kev.
I've been the Stobie.
Until next time, take care. Goodbye.
Take it easy.
See ya.